Right, indeed, as Dibendu Model joins us live from Riga for more updates. Hi, Dibendu, you're in Latvia right now. Tell us what are the key areas that are being focused on, and what is the response from the other side, Dibendu?
Well, Siddharth, as you rightly said, we are in Latvia at the moment, and the parliamentary delegation led by DMK MP Kanimori is currently holding talks with the parliamentarians and members of the Foreign Affairs Committee here in Latvia. Of course, if you can see behind me, Siddharth, this is the same parliament building, which is also known as the Latvian Saima, where the meetings are currently taking place. The meeting from the Latvian side is being led by the chairperson of the Foreign Affairs Committee in Latvia. So, of course, the talks which the Indian side is carrying the message of the Indian government as well as the people of India is about the ghastly terrorist attack that happened in Pahalgam, and where we lost 26 innocent civilians who were shot in broad daylight. So, of course, the message of terrorism is being condemned unequivocally, not just here in Latvia, but across the world. In fact, globally, wherever our delegations have gone, unequivocally, all the countries have condemned terrorism in all forms. So is the case here in Latvia, where the delegation from the Latvian side have, in strong words, condemned terrorism, and of course, also with the fact that India's Operation Sindoor, which led to the precision strike in the terror camps within Pakistan as well as Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, have been, applauded by many countries where the delegation is visiting. And also, with remember, Siddharth, most of the countries that this parliamentary delegation is visiting have said that they believe in a terror-free world. They strongly condemned terrorism in all forms, and of course, which was followed by a ceasefire and peace on both the sides, is being also talked about in most of these meetings which are taking place with the parliamentary delegation. Of course, I'm accompanying the one which is in different parts of Europe at the moment. This delegation met people in Slovenia, in fact, politicians, bureaucrats, academicians, and think tanks in Slovenia's Ljubljana. Then they moved to Greece, in Athens, and now in Latvia. All countries are unequivocally condemning the terrorist attack and have called for a peace, terror-free world across the globe, and said that terrorism has no place in a civilized society. So therefore, all talks are being successful. The voice of India is being heard by the countries, by members, by the delegates from both the sides. Siddharth.
Dibendu, I want to ask you two questions. Number one is that, could you just brief a bit about what are the kind of talks that are happening? And number two, you might have had a word with the localites there. What are they saying? What are their perspective? What is their mindset? What are the kind of statements that they are putting out?
Well, Siddharth, your first question to answer first is, of course, the meetings that are currently being held, and in fact, not currently, but across different countries. It's mostly with the parliamentarians, with the lawmakers, with the opinion makers, with think tanks, with academicians, putting across India's viewpoint, putting across the fact that how Pakistan has been bleeding India with 1,000 cuts over the last many decades, and how Pakistan has been harboring terrorists within their soil. They have been how the military and the political establishment of Pakistan is harboring terrorists and giving fodder to terrorists as well as terrorist activities within the soil. So therefore, these and also Siddharth, our side, the Indian delegation is carrying a dossier of giving a proof of where these how Pakistan, in fact, laying bare the facts, Siddharth, in front of the world, that how these terrorist camps have been operating within the soil of Pakistan. And these are not pictures that India have clicked. These are internationally, globally, available pictures from the satellites where these terrorist camps for many decades have been operating within Pakistan, and the world knows it for sure. Like these infamous locations such as the Sialkot, such as Muridke, such as Bahawalpur, where the mastermind and global designated terrorist like Hafiz Saeed has been living for many years. And of course, the world community also know the fact where Osama bin Laden was found, just a stone's throw away from their military establishment in Abbottabad. So therefore, the world knows how Pakistan has been harboring terrorists for many decades, and India is making their point absolutely clear. And as far as Siddharth, your second question concerns, to the fact that for the people of these countries are saying, of course, they do condemn terrorism in any forms. Terrorism has done no good to the world, and the world has faced the brunt of terrorism. Even Europe, for example, many parts of Europe have also faced the brunt of terrorism. So therefore, unequivocally, in one voice, the world condemns terrorism.
Indeed, and the message goes loud and clear, Dibendu, that India will not tolerate terrorism at any cost, and it will retaliate if something that happens. And one message also goes out that India stands united against terrorism. We leave it there. Thank you so much, Dibendu.